Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. I am delighted to present a very special guest today, Amy Harlib, who is right here. Amy is a yoga contortionist and dancer. Amy has been with us on our program twice before, and the first time, Amy, you performed Yoga Odyssey, and the second time Amy performed Spooky Yoga for Halloween, and today she is going to perform Yuletide Yoga just in time for Christmas to set the mood and to keep us on that high that we already are when it comes to Christmas. Before Amy gets started, I would like to just do a little bit of housekeeping for us. This program, Yogaxpress, has been produced in the studios of Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and Yogaxpress airs Monday through Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FiOS 35. We have a lot of support for our viewers out there, starting with a book called Yoga Secrets, from which I'm going to hold it up for our cameras. Thank you, Kenny. From which we have extracted a sequence called 48 Plus. It's a very simple sequence of basic ailment-specific stretches. And 48 Plus is also available in postcard format. The 48 stretches are available as a postcard. Put this in your bag. We also have it on a fridge magnet. Stick this on your fridge. And I have a little business card that I'm running out of, but it has a sequence on the back. Put this in your wallet. Keep all of this close to you so that you can take it around wherever you go. Just feel free to stretch anytime. Don't give yourselves or us any excuses not to stretch. In addition to all of this, we have a website, www.yogaxpress.com, and a blog, yogaxpress.blogspot.com, which will help you stay on track with your stretching practice. If you notice, Amy, and in fact, Amy is known as the amazing Amy for many different reasons, but we've already discovered how amazing she can be in the two performances that she did for us before, and I'm very excited to say that Amy is going to do Yuletide Yoga today. I'm really looking forward to it, Amy. Amy has spent a lot of her life studying various forms of movement and physical theater. We did introduce Amy at length in the previous episodes, but I do want to point out a few things about her which really stand out, and it's worth repeating. Amy has been practicing yoga and yoga dance for the last 30 years, and she has overcome a lot of injury to her body, and I don't think it's related to yoga, but it has affected your yoga practice.
Yes.
Right, it has affected. And Amy is a perfectionist. She likes everything to be perfect. So in spite of all her injuries, she has continued to practice yoga. She was out of commission for, was it 2 years?
15 years. I was not performing.
That's a long time. Oh, wow.
But it was a very long time.
Oh, my God. Amy is making a wonderful comeback. I think you started performing again this year, correct?
In 2009.
2009. So in the last year and a half, Amy has already made a beautiful, beautiful comeback. She has performed in many different places. Amy, after I name a few of the things, sequences that you have choreographed for us, I'm going to have you tell us what are your most recent performances. Amy never stopped her yoga practice. In fact, she hated not performing so much that she just used a lot of her zany, crazy imagination, actually, to create all these theme-based yoga episodes, yoga dances. And she has already appeared in a number of places. She's the only contortionist that I know of as well in the world who actually has theme-based episodes. So if you want to hire Amy, I'm not supposed to use the word hire, but if you would like to see Amy perform in your home, in your theater, in your studio, or in your backyard, you can contact her at A Harlib, A-H-A-R-L-I-B. That's A-H-A-R-L-I-B at earthlink.net. Or you can visit her website, www.idanz.net/A Harlib. That's IDANZ.net/AHARLIB. I have Amy's permission to also give you her phone number. If you don't have a computer at home, you may want to call her, 212-989-8217. I can assure you that you will not be disappointed. Amy, just before you start your performance and before you perform, I'm going to move everything out of the way to give you this space. But can you tell us what are your most recent performances? You did some fairly recently, right?
Well, in October, which is when we're actually taping this episode.
Right.
It's my spooky yoga for Halloween month.
Okay.
And I really milk that act for all it's worth in that
Nice.
1 month window of opportunity. And tomorrow I am performing in Plains, Pennsylvania at a venue called Old Time Charlie's, where they're having a freak show Friday, where it's like a carnival for Halloween, and I'll be doing spooky yoga there. And then on the 16th of October, on Saturday of October 16th, I'm performing for a benefit, a Halloween benefit, for the Streb Slam, the Elizabeth Streb's famous action mechanic lab in Williamsburg, Brooklyn is having a big benefit, and at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. I'll be performing spooky yoga there. And that same evening I have to run from Williamsburg to Greenwich Village to perform spooky yoga at the Duplex on Christopher Street in Greenwich Village, with a wonderful band from Boston called What Time Is It, Mr. Fox. They'll be playing spooky music for my act. That's on Saturday. And then in the following couple of weeks in October, I have more performances, especially on October 30th. I'm in Shawnee, Pennsylvania at the Shawnee Playhouse, performing in Le Cirque des Morts, a big Halloween festival for spooky yoga. On October 29th, I'm performing in a haunted mansion in Monroe, New York, spooky yoga. And of course, on Halloween, I'm performing spooky yoga at the Gong Show Live at B.B. King's on 42nd Street in Manhattan.
No wonder they call you the amazing Amy. You're not only amazing, you're crazy. I get a high just taping for these shows. You must be really on a high all the time. I don't think you even have time for food. You have a very full schedule. You know what? I know what I'm going to get you for Christmas. I'm going to get you a diary, an appointment book to keep track of all your wonderful appointments that you have. Folks at home, Amy's diary always has room for you. So if you need to contact her, call her 212-989-8217. Visit her website. If you don't believe me, visit her website, www.idanz.net/AHARLIB. And feel free, once you visited her website, you're very impressed with her, feel free to email her, AHARLIB@earthlink.net. Amy and I are going to stand up just now, and that's a cue for our camera people and our control room folks, our director. We have Danny Darrow in the control room, Rosette Union, Shanti Rika, and Maura Bethel in our control room. Shanti is also doubling up on camera, and we have Kenny Ryan. Did I get your last name right, Kenny? Kenny on cameras as well. So they're all very, very artistic. They will pick us up regardless of how much Amy moves. We also need a change of music, Shanti, since you're the music expert.
Yeah, you know, we just got a whole
Take your time, take your time. We have a couple of seconds. Actually, we'll give you about 10, 15 seconds. And if you can change the music while I move the mats out of the way.
All right.
Amy is going to need the whole mat.
This is your fault.
We have a 6 minute, is it 6 minute performance, Amy? 6 minutes. So we're going to move the mat out of Amy's way and put it right back when she's done.
I'll be back.
Okay,
Don't do anything until she gets settled.
okay.
Okay, Amy, we're going to get the mics out of your way. Do you want to take that mic the other side? I'm going to get this out of the way for now so that you don't hurt yourself. Beautiful. And as soon as the music is ready, while they're getting the music off, Amy, I might just ask you a couple of other questions because I want to be sure that our viewers know as much about you as I can. Guys, please, in the control room, please let us know when the music, Amy's music, gets started. Amy, I just want to ask you, what are the different themes that you've had so far?
Well, for instance, right now I'm going to perform Yuletide yoga for the holiday season, Christmas, Yule, and the solstice. And I also have a yoga yenta, my Yiddish yoga,
Right.
which is part of my background as a Jewish descent. And Yiddish yoga is to klezmer music, and
Come
it's
back
the
just a little
character
so the mic picks you up.
of What If Molly Goldberg and your grandma and could do yoga, and
Right.
that's the character, and it's very funny, and I say Yiddish words like oi and gewalt and weis
Right,
mir when
right.
I get into yoga positions, and it's meant to be funny. I also do yoga trek to boldly stretch, where a few 50-plus-year-olds have stretched before,
Right.
which is an all Star Trek themed
Nice.
gesture and costumed and music yoga act, and there's also Jedi yoga, stretching
nice.
from a galaxy far, far away, which is an all Star Wars themed
You
yoga
ready with the
act.
music?
It's taking a little time. And
That's all right. We have a few questions for her.
And I combine yoga with tango and yoga with belly dance and jazzy
wow.
yoga, so I have all different kinds.
Shanti, feel free to get Drew, our facilitator, if you like.
Drew is working in there now.
Oh, he is. Perfect, because he'll
I'm
be
not
able to
sure.
set it.
You know that.
Thank you, Shanti. You also have a yoga called Yoga Tango.
Yes, that
you mention-
combines tango with yoga.
That's a belly dance combination.
No, that's tribal yoga.
Tribal
it's
yoga.
the belly
Oh, okay.
dance
Right,
and
got it.
yoga combination.
Got it. I'm so happy you're here today. While we're getting your music up, because it's a 6-minute performance, we want to make sure the music comes right on as soon as you're ready. So I hope you don't mind answering a few questions, because I know
Oh, not at all.
I know our viewers want to know a little more about you. I'm just curious, you've been practicing and performing, you've been practicing for 30 years,
Yes, I have.
right? You've been performing for how long?
Well, I had a performing career that lasted about 10 years.
Right.
From the mid-1980s to 1994.
Okay.
And then I was forced to retire
Right,
against
for
my
15.
will because of injuries. But I never stopped practicing
Right.
yoga, and for 15 years I did not perform, but was very unhappy not performing.
imagine.
Finally, 15 years of misery later, I couldn't stand it anymore,
Right.
and decided to come back as a yoga
I'm on one.
dancer. Before, I was a martial art entertainer.
Oh, wow.
With doing very, very extreme acrobatic martial arts.
Right.
And I couldn't do that anymore because of the injuries.
Right. So you want to be careful. I know that you will be very safe even today, and once we get the music on, as soon as it comes on, I'm going to move off of this rug so that you can start performing. But in
Well, the point is that although I have injuries in my body that would cripple most people, torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders, a disintegrated disc in my spine, a
You had a
left
hip replacement.
Yes, a
Oh,
left
wow.
hip replacement, bursitis in my left knee. I can perform remarkable feats of flexibility because of continuous daily yoga practice, healthy vegetarian diet, and passionate love for what I do.
That's wonderful. Amy, what I'm going to request you to do is before you do your actual dance, I want to go back and make sure the music is coming up. Maybe they're waiting for us, I don't know. But I'm going to make sure before that, can you do a couple of the postures that you just did as we were getting started?
Well, I will
Even standing is
demonstrate. I will
fine.
demonstrate
Yeah,
a posture that I do not perform because it's
That's
too
fine,
static.
exactly. No, that's
but
fine.
it is a lotus
Before
position
you do
balance.
that, I want to warn our viewers at home. Do not attempt what Amy is doing today. It has taken us 30 years to do what she's doing. Maybe in 30 years, you may want to try some of what she is doing today. So Amy, I'm going to let you get into a couple of postures. Do it very carefully, and I'm going to make sure the music is on. I'll be right back.
Danny, can you hear me talking to you? Danny, just gotta calm down, please. Can you hear me, Danny? Danny, can you hear me? Danny, can you hear
Okay, Amy, your music's getting started. That's wonderful. Amy, I am very excited. As soon as your music starts, feel free to get into Yuletide yoga. I can't wait for this. wonderful. That was wonderful. Thank you, Amy. See, you already have a wonderful audience right there.
Thank you so much.
You were fabulous. Let's get the mats on the rug, and we're just going to have, I'm not sure I'm going to make you stretch at all today. You've done a great job. We have so many questions. I have a million questions running through my head. I have to ask you a few things before we do anything at all.
And a joyous, happy, splendid solstice and Yuletide season to everyone.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Amy. Keep going. We'll keep that low. That's all right. No, that's fine. We're just putting our music back on. That's fine. Thank you so much, Rosette. That's a good... Keep the volume up a little bit. Amy, I had a million questions going through my head when I was watching you perform. There were many postures I recognized. For instance, when you did what you call the splits, we call it Hanuman Asana. You did something else which was just truly amazing. You got your... I can't even describe it. You got your head out from under, and then you started to look sideways. I just have a question, because in yoga, we typically tell people when you're in very tight positions not to move your neck. How do you control your body movement? How do you control your body to stay that way without injuring yourself? Is there any particular muscle group that you engage? Is it a mind thing? Is it mind over matter?
It's a mind, body, and spirit thing, definitely. Right. There's a lot of issues involving core strength,
right?
Energy flow, which in
from the belly.
In Sanskrit is called prana. In Chinese martial arts that I'm also used to, it's known as qi, and it's about getting in touch with the qi or prana energy in the center of the body and circulating and flowing the energy through what we would call the chakras.
The chakras, yes.
And it's all of that is working while I'm moving.
Right.
It's this constant flow of energy.
So it takes a lot of intensity, a lot of inward focus for you to keep those chakras moving from one level to the other. Because as you're going into more and more intricate postures, I'm thinking, oh my God, I hope Amy is okay, but I know you're okay. But I have this fear because I know I cannot get into those postures.
Well, after I perform, actually during a performance, the feeling is so exhilarating. It's such ecstasy.
Right.
It really is an ecstatic, invigorating experience, which is why I love it so much.
I was going to get my card, but that's fine. It's in the back. But also, I noticed that you had postures. We just have about 3 minutes, so that's fine. I can continue with my questions, but I just want to ask you, you had postures that in yoga would not be considered basic at all, but some of them were considered basic, but you were doing it so gracefully that it actually, I think you have a lot of movement in your choreographed sequences. So how does it make you feel when you transition from your yoga dance to regular yoga stretches? I remember in one of the episodes previously you said, and I noticed too, that you're so comfortable doing all these complicated postures because there's this flowing music. Is there some kind of inner music you're listening to? You have live bands too that perform for you, right?
I love performing to live music.
Right.
It's actually my favorite thing to do is perform to live
Let's say
music.
you didn't have any music. Would you still be following some kind of inner music?
Yes, I would. I actually had that experience once where there was supposed to be music playing, and it just didn't come out over the microphone sound system at all, and I just did my whole thing to silence.
Right, and actually it's a silence that we hear. We have 2 minutes, 30 seconds, fine. It's a silence that we hear on the outside, but you hear your own music. Amy, it's been wonderful having you on our show. I wanted to make this just about you. To all our viewers at home, have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season.
Thank you so much.
And we'd love for you to close with any of your fascinating postures. Feel free, whatever you want to treat us to. This is Amy's signature posture. I love it. I love it. Wow.
It's a variation of it.
Yeah, with the leg extended to actually, it's much harder. Very nice. Beautiful. Very nice.
See,
take your time.
I'm trying to hit a balance.
Well, fold your leg. Fold your leg. This is beautiful. You're making it difficult. It's really difficult, but that's beautiful. Very nice. Hold it right there. Folks at home, don't try this. Don't try this at home. This is Amy's area of expertise. People at home, you want to get to this level, contact Amy. She'll probably share some tricks with you. You're very good. Thank you so much for being with us. Amy, you are wonderful. You're so amazing. One more time, I'd like to give you Amy's contact details, www.idanz.net/AHARLIB.
It's a wrap, it's a wrap.
Thank you, Danny. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
You did great. Thank you. We just needed to...
That was lovely.
We're fine. That was really nice. Thank you, Kenny. Thanks, Shanti. Did you pick up everything? Wasn't she amazing?
The show was amazing.
She was just amazing.
Thank you so much.
You did great.
You know,
You
that's
did
the
great.
first time I actually did a performance to that Nutcracker music.
Right.
I had it prepared last year for Yuletide
you did
Yoga.
very well. I'll
And
make you
last
happy
year I
also.
never got a gig doing it to that music. I had live music, I had yoga yenta gigs, but nobody
I'm
ever
so glad
asked.
we ended
And I'm so glad I actually, that was an experiment. I actually
And
never
it
not
went
danced
extremely
to
well.
that music before.
Yeah. Amy, thank you. That was really good. This is Kenny, our
Hi,
camera
Amy.
person.